Gosh, this game's hard to watch. You can't listen to these idiots calling the game. They make it like professional wrestling with people. They're sitting there answering tweets and stuff while they're calling the game. And then they're getting into arguments like Dabo Swinney with that kid, about, hey, the lowest paycheck can win, and you're like, well, just live the Lord's Prayer and go home. You know, it's pretty, like when you're watching like those propaganda movies, like the one with Beekeeper with Jason Statham. It's like, I had no idea that you were the one that was living embodiment of the Lord's Prayer. The big thing you have to understand, okay, when you're dealing with people like this, there is no system. The system isn't broke, there is no system, okay? Jesus Christ gave us the perfection of the Lord's Prayer 2,024 years ago. Okay. We haven't got together and lived it as a large group of human beings, okay? There was a magazine called National Geographic that said the most influential person in Western civilization was a man named Muhammad, who redeemed the teachings and the living of the Lord's Prayer for a short period of time. And then it tried to be sustained by a man named Saladin during the, quote, Holy Crusades. And that's about it as far as Western Civ goes. In the East, it's very similar. You had a man like Siddhartha and Sun Yat-sen and other things, and they come and then they get changed into comic book characters after they're murdered by their people that want to turn it all into a big video game. One of the men in the Roman Empire, a very decent human being that was part of a war cult, but wanted to end the wars because he figured strong people protect farmers and don't objectify them, don't take advantage of them. And an army's only as strong as their farmers. It's only as good as their farmers. His name was Marcus Aurelius. He was going to end the gladiator culture and have people celebrate farmers and festivals like Abraham and all them did. And he was poisoned by people that put his kid in charge that had Rome fall into the most disgusting gladiator culture of its time and made it literally fall apart from within because of all this gladiator crazy ass bullshit. So Marcus Aurelius was a good guy. He was not the Messiah. No, you can't trust violent sex cult people, and you can't trust people that are oppressive to violent sex cult behaviors that try to manipulate the violent sex cults through what they consider control. Okay. You have to forgive debt and trespass, love one another, eternal faithful peace. It's the only solution to violent sex cult behaviors, and then micromanager type people, like social media type people trying to control the violent sex cult with bureaucracy. Okay. So, you have to control yourself. And then they all want to get involved in it too. I had trouble getting across the roof. The only thing I had to bring out the ladder because I'm so tired and so beat up from being just chemically abused by the military that want to make me look physically inadequate. It's like they did that with Sun Yat-sen. They did that with Jesus. They did that with Pascal. They did that, I believe, with Siddhartha too. It doesn't make me feel inadequate because you guys have to censor, hide me, and then poison me to death and say, oh, don't be like him. You don't want to end up like him. It's like Sun Yat-sen was far better than any of you, and I'm like him. Blaise Pascal was better than any of you, and I'm like him. So you get up and do the right thing. You get abused by cowards that are selfish, and they're cowards because they can't sell themselves the truth, and they can't love because they're afraid of loving because they want to try to control everything with violence and sex cult behavior and then oppression through the violent sex cults because they're afraid of each other. So they're very bad people. I'm going to go take a couple of days off. Well, I'll take more than a couple of days off. Let's load this one off. And I'm not afraid of being attacked mentally and emotionally like those people think they are by people on Twitter and all that. I'm not afraid of anything when it comes to that. I love my children and my family too much.